Welcome back to the channel. I'm just having my dinner now, which is cottage cheese, low-fat cottage cheese, casein protein from Muscle Farm, and some peanut butter with no added salt or sugar. Excuse me. I'm trialing out some mince, turkey mince. I was having fish and asparagus to tighten up the skin a little bit. So 3 weeks out, I'm playing on that a little bit just to sort of see when my body can trigger the fluid retention and the types of food that it can and can't sort of metabolize or utilize. And it sort of seems that fish is pretty plain, pretty boring, but it tightens me up. But the turkey mince actually works a whole lot better, being that it seems, it's a bit dry, but it gives me a lot more energy with the lower amount of carbs as well. I just feel a lot better at work. So I'm gonna go back to that for a couple of days and see how that changes up. And most of my days are pretty much the same at work. So for me to assess this, it's almost a scientific study on myself. If the days were very different, it would be very hard to tell. But most days are pretty much the same. We'll demolish a ceiling, a couple of walls, and then push the bins down into like a bigger skip. And then that's the day. So, and then we'll train in the afternoon. I might have one day off a week, depending on how my body's feeling. If I really have a good session and smash it out, and it sort of plays on how my muscles feel the next day, then I'll take a day off. But so far, I've not needed a day off, more so for work. So doing the Natural Army brand is the only time I really take days off, because I'm doing it all by myself. I need to get on the computer, talk to manufacturers about clothing, picking colors and sizes, getting samples as well. It's costing me a fortune just to get samples, but they're coming, so I can sort them out and make sure I don't buy a huge stock of something that's crap. And other than that, like, I'm trying to keep stress to a minimum, especially leading into a show. You don't want to be flushing yourself with too much to do or overthinking things. You really want to keep it as simple as possible. And I know on this prep, I promised everyone that I wasn't going to be going away. But my stepbrother's actually getting married. So I'm off to Queensland next Thursday. So hopefully I can keep the meal preps happening there, but it also keeps my videos a little bit more exciting. Hitting the Gold Coast, a bit of sun, about 6 days off from work. So what could be more relaxing than that? So that's going to take a ton of stress out of my day from work, so I can definitely get 7 to 8 hours sleep, sit in the sun, get my vitamin D, happy days. And I'm not flying or catching a plane so close to my competition, so I don't really have to worry about water. And I'll come back probably, I think it's the week before my comp. So I'll get some posing in, really trigger down on water loading. I might do a water depletion, don't know. But we'll see how I'm doing a week out. If I'm looking good a week out, I'll pretty much keep it exactly the same as what I did that week. There's no point in trying to sacrifice 50% for that little bit of 5%. But I'm gonna enjoy my dinner, my meal preps, set them up for the next couple of days. Then on Saturday, Sunday, I'm gonna have a high carb day, which is almost double what I'm having now. And that then, if it's done properly, having those extra carbs will spike insulin, trick the metabolism into thinking that it's got extra food, so it stops right before you go into a catabolic mode of eating mussels. So 5 days is almost my trigger where my body goes, hey, you've had enough, I'm gonna store fat if you don't feed me anymore. And then bang, Saturday, have my carb refeed day, my bigger meals. Where there's queries about having cheat meals, I still keep them clean, but I mean clean as in Subway, snits, so it's like chicken schnitzels in a wrap, or even a palmy, and steak, thick cut chips. Things like that. Like I had those the last 3 days. I sort of washed out a little bit, but came back out looking better than ever actually. So I might even try that again, but I'll stick to the 2 days. The only reason I had 3 days is because of Father's Day. I've still got Monsters in my diet as well. So those energy drinks, no sugar energy drinks, they've actually got a ton of sodium in them. But that's what I normally have anyway. So I don't want to chop and change too much from this diet and make my body think it's doing something extreme or something that it's not used to. It's gradual steps to losing weight, and that's how I want to show you guys how to do it. I did the calorie video first, then I want to step into macronutrients, and then I want to step into more steps so that you guys can understand how simple this process is and you can get in shape whenever you choose to. But that's Wednesday, payday, bang, done. I'll stick to turkey mince, sweet potatoes and broccoli, so any sort of greens. And yeah, I'll do another video on my high carb day. Until then. So I've got my current physique, finished work. Gonna have tonight off from the gym because it's just Thursday and I'm exhausted. I really want to get some work done on Natural Army, so I'll sort out a little bit more designs, color schemes, so that when I do bring out like the women's range, that the colors are actually matching, and they sort of go well together. But this is my current physique after work, after a hot shower, feeling a little bit more vascular, but super tired as well after being in the dust all day. Feel exhausted, and I've got Jordan coming over to buy some clothes as well. So quick pose, see my physique, and then gonna sell some clothes.
It's okay, I was the danger zone.